angels, thank you for coming back to Rennie's YouTube channel. This is my second channel of the reaction channel. Yay! And thank you for your subscribe. Almost 1,000 subscribers. When I get 1,000 subscribers, what do you want me to react? Please let me know on the comment. I will celebrate for the 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe and join my YouTube channel. Today, I decide to react. Why doesn't Japan hate the US? Yeah. Yes, this is interesting video because that came from American people. It's not Japanese people made. Is that truth or not? Let me see. Before when we started the reaction video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Let's react. Why doesn't Japan hate the US? Here we go.
In August 1945, the United States dropped 2 atom bombs on Japan, killing hundreds of thousands of Japanese citizens and ending World War II. But despite this devastating...
I just want to let you guys know, Hiroshima was my grandma was living over there in that time. She was lucky not there on the day, but her friends and then her families got killed from the bomb a lot. So it's not really far from my family history. It's very close to my family history.
Attack less than a century later, Japan and the United States have become close political and social allies. In 2011, 85% of Japanese people polled viewed the US favorably. So why doesn't Japan hate the US? One of the big reasons is that at the time of the war, Japan was ruled by Emperor Showa. His policies plunged the country into financial crisis and increased military power. During the Second Sino-Japanese War and World War II, he authorized war crimes and ordered Japanese civilians to commit suicide instead of being captured. This made him a feared and unlikable figure in Japanese history. The end of the war also had a silver lining. Neither Japan nor the US stood any chance of invading each other, meaning that the protracted sea battle was going to continue indefinitely. On top of that, the USSR had also just joined the war against Japan. With the war over, Japan's communist neighbors threatened their existence. But from 1945 to Japan's independence in 1952, the United States occupied and rebuilt the country with a heavy emphasis on growth and stability. They promoted New Deal policies to help the economy, pushed for labor rights and unions, and dismantled existing monopolies and overhauled the education system. They also freely shared technologies, pushing Japan into eventually becoming a manufacturing giant, and introduced democracy and a new constitution, letting the Japanese people hold elections for the first time. Essentially, American involvement in post-war Japan, along with their significant financial support, launched the country into one of the biggest economic recoveries in recent history. Today, Japan has the 5th largest economy and is the 5th largest exporter in the world. The U.S. is Japan's strongest economic partner, and as a result of their intervention, the U.S. has enjoyed consuming Japan's exports, particularly cars and electronics. Additionally, the two countries share a mutual security assistance pact, which essentially says that both countries will militarily defend each other from any foreign attacks. These efforts, in addition to lessen tensions as subsequent generations have shifted their priorities, has led to a close and complementary relationship between the two countries. While the United States and Japan maintain a strong relationship today, China is another story. To learn about the dark and violent past between the two Asian nations, check out our video here.
In 1937, imperialist Japan, which is a very different country than current-day Japan, invaded China and captured the Chinese capital of Nanking.
Yes, I think that's true. Also, the re-education thing is so many American culture was in our culture as well. So I was in the school, the American culture. For example, 給食 is our lunchtime. We all get same food from the school. Then milk was there always. That is coming from American culture, drinking milk. We didn't have the culture of the milk. There's some more people still hating drinking milk, but I'm drinking milk in here US a lot because it's just it tastes good. And my parents were hating Japanese emperor system. It's right wing and then left wing kind of stuff. So I cannot say really, but my parents were left wing. So I educated from my parents left wing stuff, but in the school, mostly we get educated about emperor system. So I'm kind of half and half. Then I'm living in New York City. I'm a complicated person. Why my parents were hating the emperor system? Because Japanese think emperor is a god, but he's not God, right? It's obvious. He's a person. He's a human being. So my parents hated the emperor system because of that reason. Like we human beings, all the same, all the equal. Then I agree with that part. And then why we don't really hate American? Because America has a lot of good culture, food culture. They dress very well, good entertainment, so many fun stuff, and then good food as like Japanese has. So it's the same reason Japanese doesn't hate American. Of course, history is a horrible thing we all had. So I hope it will never happen that again. I'm hoping that all world people thinking the same way. How was this video? I enjoyed so much and it was an interesting video. Thank you for watching. See you next week. On the next week, I'm hoping it's over 1,000 subscribers. Hope I can do something celebration. Please subscribe. This is Rennie's second channel, main channel. Rennie's doing live streaming, singing, talking, Japanese comedy reaction video with the live audiences. So please come over there. See you all next week. またね。にゃにゃにゃにゃ。